Hello, it's Tennille from Rotwood Acres. It is September 16th and I am down in the bee yard. One of the things that we wanted to learn to actually do properly this year, because it's been a huge fallback. We've had hive losses a number of years, and a couple times for sure we would attribute it to varroa mite, and last year that was very likely the cause of the loss of all of our hives. So I've been doing some research online and I found this mite testing canister thing. I don't even know what to describe it as. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the brood chamber of each hives and I'm going to search for the queen and make sure that I don't have her in my sample. And I'm going to shake off some nurse bees into this bucket. I need to take about a half a cup of bees, and a half cup of bees is about 300 bees. And I'm going to put it into this basket here. Unfortunately, this process does involve killing your sample size of bees, but the way we see it is if it saves our whole hives, then it's kind of a necessary evil here. So this is strong isopropyl alcohol I've just put into the container. I'm going to scoop the bees into this basket here, put the lid on and give them a shake, swirl them around for about a minute, and then we will be able to check our mite sample. And again, we're checking for varroa mites. So I've gone ahead and put my bees into the scoop, and it's tricky, but you can actually scoop flying bugs. And I've shaken it up for about a minute, and I'm doing this through my bee suit, so I apologize if the film isn't very focused here, but I'm reluctant to take my hood off with the bees all swarming around agitated. But you check through here, and from what I can see, I'm not seeing anything that looks like mites. So if there was any mites, they would have separated out through the holes in the little like salad strainer type thing, and they would be floating in the liquid here at the bottom. And I'm seeing some like dust and debris, but I don't see anything that looks like mites, which is good. It's exactly what we want. So the guidelines from the provincial apiculturist this year are anything above 1% they want you to be treating for. And I do have treatment here on hand. So this is out of the pink and white hive at the back. So I'll take it up to the house, I think, where I can take my bee suit off and double check here just before I decide not to treat. But this is a good sign. So this is a sample from our second hive. I've gotten rid of the bees in the liquid, but this is a mite. That is the offending little creature. It doesn't look like much. I had a heck of a time noticing it. I'm over 2x zoom here. But that little red fleck, it's very difficult to see, is the offender in question. So this is from our front hive. So it looks like we do need to go ahead and do some mite treatments as a precaution, just to make sure that these guys don't have any parasites in the hive through the winter months. We really want these hives to survive and to thrive, so we are taking the measures necessary. So overall, I would say that our mite testing was a success. I have a little bit of question about whether or not to go ahead and treat, so I have posted in our local bee club group, because there's a whole bunch of really experienced beekeepers that are really helpful with giving information like that. Because technically I am under the thresholds with only a one mite in my 300 bee sample. I'm under that 1% threshold. However, afterwards I realized that I only took a sample from one frame. Sorry, get some roosters here. And lots of the guides that I was researching recommended taking a sample from of bees from a few frames. But I was so paranoid about not getting that queen in there that it, when I found a frame that I was like mostly confident she wasn't on, it had brood, it had all some of the other markers I was looking for, I just took the bees and tested it. I will say it was a very stressful experience, because especially, I mean, at any time, you're very protective of your queen bee. She is the leader of your hive, and your hive's well-being depends on having a healthy, happy queen. So it was pretty stressful. I didn't have a second set of eyes. I was working by myself today, but it needed to get done because if I do need to treat, I need to get that in here right away. So yeah, going forward, definitely do that with a second set of eyes. But hopefully all is well, and we can feel a little bit more confident that our bees are going into the winter healthy and without any additional stresses on the colony. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting. I learned something new.